Let's welcome Dr. Adedayo Kayode. He is a political technocrat. Welcome, socio-political technocrat. I beg your pardon. Socio-political technocrat. Welcome, Dr. Adedayo Kayode. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. How are you? Nice being on your platform this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so let's jump on what happened. The recent video of the senator who actually made threats to a cab driver saying that he can make him disappear, even going as further to tell him to record me. I am so person, call the IG, this, that. First of all, what came to your mind when you saw this video?
What came to my mind was that here is a country that I have always been referring to as a jungle and a banana republic. A jungle and a banana republic.
Please explain that.
Where Obesian thoughts are still operating. And when you have that, it is to say that anything goes without any form of repercussion, either negative or positive. When you do good things, nobody recognizes it. When you do negative things that are not in consonance with the rules of the land, there are no repercussions. What do I mean? Remember the issue of that young senator there as regards sexual abuse.
Yes.
You remember?
The one from Adamawa.
Elisha.
What has happened to him?
Nothing.
Nothing. Very bad scenario. Remember also the good deeds of former INEC chairman that was in charge of Abiola's election that just died. What's his name?
Nwosu.
Nwosu. Good deed. Was he recognized before his death? Even when Peter Obi recognized him, what happened? Nothing. People were castigating Peter Obi. I'm not a supporter of Peter Obi. I hope you know that. But on that singular act, was Peter Obi wrong? Or the federal government?
But are you mixing things?
Has refused to recognize him.
Doctor, are you mixing things
Listen
up?
to this.
No, you're mixing things up. I think it was.
I'm not mixing.
It was general.
Sorry, I am not mixing. I said initially.
It was General Gowon.
Banana Republic.
It was General Gowon that Peter Obi applauded.
Yes.
And then the obedience criticized him. That's what I was trying to say. I'm not talking about your summation generally.
Okay, right. Now,
Yeah.
Nwosu that died.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Nwosu that died. Has it been recognized? Without Nwosu, would there have been an Abiola? Would there have been a June 12th? Would there have been a sustainable democracy that we have been experiencing now in the past 25 years? So why will somebody, a representative who is being regarded as honorable, not slap somebody and say, go and report me to the IG of police? So these are issues that I have put together to refer to our country as a jungle and a banana republic.
Well, let's move on. I personally wouldn't refer to my country as a jungle, really. I'm not living in a jungle. But let me quickly draw...
That is exactly what is happening here.
Let me draw your
That
attention...
is exactly what is happening here.
Doctor, let me quickly draw your attention to this.
You listen to this. Please, let me quickly give you this.
Okay.
Yes, I can refer to Nigeria as a jungle, but that does not mean I am not a passionate Nigerian. I am one of those that have been celebrating Nigerian independence for the past 9 years on my own personal bills.
Okay.
Okay? But that does not mean the truth should not be told.
Yes, and
we
also...
shy away from saying the truth.
Yes, we should not shy away from saying the truth. And also, it is important we know that everybody has a right to their own opinion. And I am saying that Nigeria, my country, is not a jungle. Now, let's move on to this particular story on the front page of the Daily Trust. It's the major headline there, and it says, Northern governors, monarchs reject tax reforms bill. But I'd like for you to quickly take a look at this rider. We have 3 riders, but the most important one here that jumps out at me is Almajirai, out-of-school children, are core problems. That's coming from the Sultan of Sokoto. You remember how the current, Sanusi,
yes.
The current Emir of Kano, how he made this particular comment about the Almajirai and how that particular form of system, custom should be eradicated. And he was lambasted. What's your take on this particular issue right now?
Yes. When I read that news, my mind went straight to the former president of this country, GEJ, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan.
Yes.
All right? He was trying then to eradicate the feudalistic character of the North. But what happened? They ganged up against him. The same thing in Sanusi. It was being lambasted. Now, the chicken have come up to roost.
Yes.
And it's not affecting them. Where do they go from here? Here is a region whereby the elites there have been over the years traumatizing their citizens by not giving them good education, rather telling them or making them to be beggars, enjoying the rankadede that they always give to them every morning. Now, the problem of that Almajirism is now festering and is now spilled to their face. Now the question is, should they be complaining or try and look for solutions that will solve this problem?
All right.
It not belongs to them. So they have to put their heads together to see how they can resolve the problem as early as immediate.
All right. If I may ask, and if you will, can you profile some solutions to out-of-school children and this Almajirai system? What lasting solution can be preferred?
The only solution is this. When you want a country to grow, educate the children.
Yeah.
But when you want the other side of it, the flip side, don't educate them. Then you will now know that education is essential to economic development, economic and social development.
You know, you talked earlier on about what's happening in the North. There seemed to be a merger between the monarchies what's it called now? The monarchy, beg your pardon, and the governors, right, in the north. And right now, there's been a crisis over 8 days in the north, no power, total blackout. So federal government is saying we'll restore electricity to northern states in 5 days. But this is what's been the chatter on social media. What has happened to the north? The northerners held sway when it comes to ruling Nigeria for over 45 years, correct me if I'm wrong, Doctor. So why is that region still...
You are very right.
Why is it still so underdeveloped? What's your take on this matter?
Yes. It is not only the north that is underdeveloped.
Okay.
It is the whole country that is underdeveloped. Underdeveloped in terms of the quantum of resources that is available to us vis-a-vis the kind of development we have been seeing since post-independence. Now, let us now be specific about the north. You see, I thought about one of my articles written, I think about 2 years ago now. Connivance of the leader, a bewildered nation, a bewildered nation. The connivance of the leadership against its people. If you can Google that article, then you will know what I'm talking about. In the north, you have, like we just said, a lot of uneducated people. And at the same time, you have a lot of mineral resources in the north. So the issue is this. They are now making that place to be unbearable for the citizens, so that they will prefer to be staying in the IDP camps. For those that are exploiting their resources there to have a free day. And listen to this. When you're talking about insecurity in the north, it is not natural insecurity. The insecurity we are seeing in the north is nothing other than man-made. And I will explain. Look at the aircraft that was caught sometimes ago, delivering water, food, petrol, and all that into the desert. Who owns the aircraft? Can you and I afford to do that? That is one. Two, why are the people at the helm of affairs? Why did they not arrest that particular aircraft? Okay? Again, we have also heard in the news, we have read in the news how some bandits are being honored through Tobani, and they were sitting down, where you also have some security chiefs sitting down with them, and they were never arrested. So what are you talking about? Whatever is happening in the north, and generally in Nigeria, as regards insecurity, suffering of the people, is nothing other than the connivance of the leadership against the people.
All right, so Dr. Adedayo Kayode, let me shift your focus to what's happening all across the universities without salary. This is coming from the Vanguard newspaper. SANU NASU shut down varsities nationwide. This is as a result of non-payment of salaries for non-teaching staff. This is something that has been going on for decades, if I may say, or more than that. Every year, it's as if every year we always have this strike thing, and there seems to be no solution. Now, in as much as the Minister of Education has been replaced with another person What are your hopes? What is the lasting solution to this back and forth between ASU, NASU, SANU, and the federal government?
If I'm talking about Banana Republic and whatever now, I don't know again, because here is a country that we have the rule of law. Here is a country that we have rules of engagement. Here is a country that we have judgments being given out from the judiciary. But the question is, how many of these things are being respected? And when they are not respected, what have we been doing? We have seen situations whereby this kind of a thing happened, and ASU was being divided by the government. We experienced this during the last prolonged ASU strike, whereby another union was now being formed to rival ASU. Okay? So, what I'm saying is this. There had been agreements over the years, I think as far back as 2009. 2009. And government has been reneging in following the so-called agreement till today. And that is what is still happening. But the question is, what have the people done as regards this? The people, in terms of this particular problem, is not affecting ASU, SASU, NASU, and all that alone, but also affecting the students. Affecting the students. And as it's affecting the students, it's also affecting the parents. So, have we been able to come together to resolve this issue? Have we been able to come together and resolve this issue? No. And the government have been seeing people, ASU and others, inclusive of NLC, as a dog that can bark but can never bite.
All right.
What I've been saying. Yes, I will go back to my quote. I will go back to my quote. A people that have refused to emancipate itself from the claws of the Machiavellian ace and wicked leaders will be continually emancipated. So not when the people decide to come up themselves and resolve this issue with the government, and then let their leaders understand that yes, they can bite. Look at what is happening in America now. America's election. Look at the issues that people are following. Do we have such issues here? No. It is always the Bokomiko Sebe.
Can you explain
I was explaining somebody yesterday.
What does that mean, doctor?
I was explaining some people yesterday, and the person was saying, I have never voted. Doctor, if you want me to vote, this is and that. Go and bring a bag of rice. Educated fellow, and I say, how long will it take you to fill in that bag of rice? This at least 4 years that you will not be feeling the pains. It's a big issue. Even the press that is supposed to be the fifth whatever here.
It's called the fourth estate of the realm, actually. But you know, we have just 1 minute. We have, doctor, we have, can you please hold on? Dr. Kayode, I would have asked one more question, but we are out of time. You talked about, you talked earlier on about the US and how their elections is well advanced.
Yes.
Remember that the US is over 200 years when it comes to democracy. Nigeria is not even up to 100. But that's why we get to call it raps today.
How about Ghana? How about Ghana?
Thank
How
you.
about Ghana?
Thank you, Dr.
How about
Kayode.
Ghana?
As usual, you've been
How about
fantastic.
Liberia?
You know, Olumide, earlier on, we talked about how President Tinubu made promises that he's not fulfilled yet. And I will say, if he goes back to the promises he's made and he kind of look at what he said in the past, it probably will make him rethink and do better. Yeah. On that note, Doctor, we have wrapped it up with you, and we appreciate you. Dr. Adedayo Kayode is a sociopolitical technocrat, and it's always a pleasure to have him join us. I don't know if you have more to say before we wrap this up.
No, Doctor has really expatiated and made his thoughts known, and of course, like you said earlier on, everybody has a right and opinion to an opinion, basically, and so he has made that known. But well, we will always.
Yes, it's my pleasure being with you this morning. Thanks for having me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
You too.